country in the world.
When I missed you so much when I was a grown-up, and I missed you so much in America.
Nice to meet you, my
Bye.
Ignite hope and stamp out poverty with Imam Hussein charity.
Are you in court for raping English girls? Remember? You're here defending the paedophile. I'm here defending your dad. These women are here defending the paedophile. You're here defending.
We don't need a TV channel because we've got mosques.
We have Islamic centres that are always open.
We have schools teaching Islam.
Hijab is part of a school uniform.
Islam has come and it's established here in the West.
And everyone's happy.
They love us, our food, our fashion,
our culture.
The media is always on our side.
We've got plenty of English speakers, plenty of English books,
and plenty of places to go and learn in the English language.
Let's be real.
Let's get active.
Be more involved.
www.imamhusseinfree.tv.
Abu Talib, why are we here?
It's simple. Let's take these 7 steps and see where it takes us. Wow, we're some nice clean shadi.
Yeah, one step closer. Let's take another step closer. Hopefully we won't have another outfit change.
Hope not. Have we started? Are we live?
Not yet.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to 7 Steps to Heaven. What's your name and where are you calling from?
And are you ready to take on 7 questions to be on your way to Karbala?
Karbala, here I come, I'm kneeling to your side. Karbala, Karbala, Allah, ya Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys all doing? Welcome back to another episode of Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. Adhamallah ajurakum wa ajurana on istishhad and wafat of Sayyidah Khadija salamallah alayha. May Allah accept your fasts and your prayers and your du'as during these holy months, during this holy month, the holy month of Ramadan. May Allah also help you and guide you during this month, especially while you are watching this show, so you may learn as much as possible. I am your host, Sayyid Muthanna al-Musawi, and I am joined by the one and the only Sheikh Ali. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing, Sheikh?
Alhamdulillah, taqabbal a'malakum.
Alhamdulillah wa a'malak, Sheikh, wa siyamak, Sheikh. To the viewers at home, we would like to apologize for the slight delay today. Of course, with many things going on, we do apologize, and inshallah we can accommodate for you as much as possible. Do send in your questions so we do not miss out on your questions and we make up for the lost times. You've got the numbers shown below. This phone number over here, 0203 515 0199. You can call in and ask the Sheikh directly. Or with this phone number over here, 07 41509 2155. And with that number, you can send in your questions here to my iPad over here and I will ask the Sheikh on your behalf. Or if you're watching on the YouTube, you can send in your questions in the comment section. It will also come to my iPad here and I will ask the Sheikh. Without further ado, let us begin. From WhatsApp, I am from Singapore. My question is regarding Hajj. Singapore has one of the lowest quota for Hajj every year. I registered in 2011 and alhamdulillah I am invited to perform Hajj pilgrimage next year in 2026. But unfortunately I don't have enough savings to purchase the pilgrimage tour package, which cost like 10 to 15,000 pounds currency converted, but I have credit cards and cash loans ready. My question is it permissible for me to go on this spiritual journey paid using credit cards and cash loans from banks?
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. In terms of Hajj, the Holy Quran states that من استطاع إليه سبيلا, the one who is capable, he has the means, let's say that the passport, the health, also the visa, for example, and of course the main one is the money. If you have money, then it becomes wajib upon you to go to Hajj. It's not something optional. Your first Hajjatul Islam is wajib when you are mustati' and capable of going. And if you disobey, then of course the coming years you have to go in anyhow, as the ulama mentioned. You have to go even by land, for example, because you missed your wajib Hajj and you were capable and you had the money to go to. If you're not mustati', then there's no wajib Hajj upon you. Yes, the ulama mentioned that unless somebody pays for you to go to Hajj, then that's a different story. So you make yourself mustati', in other words.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, Salaam alaikum, Sheikhna. I hope you're well. I wanted to ask if, as a Shia, I can join my Sunni friends for Taraweeh, but with the niyyah of mufrad instead of congregation, and qiyam, salat al-layl instead of Taraweeh. Would it be permissible since my niyyah is mufrad, but I'm somewhat following the Imam in actions?
In overall, the nafil or mustahab salah cannot be prayed in jama'ah. So the best thing is to pray by yourself away from those jama'ah and pray it by yourself. Just find a corner in the mosque away from them and pray it by yourself. That's the best option.
So you can't actually pray next to them?
No, I'm saying that you better isolate yourself from them. It's better.
Okay.
It's better.
Okay,
yes.
Understood. They also said something following that. Also, I really enjoy the Imam's recitation at our community mosque, especially the supplication at the end, which feels similar to our qanuts.
At the end of the day, something that you hear is from the tongue, but actually the heart would follow different Imams and different aqidah. That's the problem. What is important, Allah looks into the hearts and not into the physical or the visible acts or the physical acts. What is important is the heart. إنما يتقبل الله من المتقين. Allah accepts only from those who are muttaqi. And taqwa and iman goes back to the wilayat of Ali and Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. So that's the core. Otherwise, ibadah, can anyone perform the ibadah? You can bring somebody who is not a Muslim and does the same qira'ah, tajweed and everything. But if the heart is empty from the love and following Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, this has no value in the sight of Allah on the day of judgment. فَجَعَلْنَاهُ هَبَاءً مَنْثُورًا, the Quran states that we would make them as like a flying dust in the air on the day of judgment, their a'mal. So unless they submit to Ali Muhammad salamullah alayhim and Ahl Bayt, as the Prophet mentioned many times, Kitabullah wa atati Ahl Bayti, then of course the amal would be accepted, and of course those words would come out from heart as well, as it comes out from the tongue.
Yeah, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, Assalamu alaikum. I've worked and got my wages. Let's say, for example, I get £400. How much do I give to charity and so on my first wages?
Giving sadaqah or the mustahab or the desirable sadaqah and charity, it's up to you, as much as you can. The more the better. But it doesn't mean that you have to wipe all your wages, that you can't pay your bills and you can't pay your rent or mortgage as a result. No, pay something that you can afford. As they say, some scholars, that use the money you have for your expenditures, and pay the rest, the excess, to those who are in need for the good cause.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, while reciting the Holy Quran, if we fart, do we do wudu again to continue reading the Quran, or do we just carry on reciting?
Of course, it's encouraged for the one who wants to recite the Holy Quran to be with wudu, ala wudu, as they say. But you still can recite the Holy Quran without wudu, but you cannot touch the verses of the Holy Book with your fingers or hands while you don't have the purity and tahara in terms of wudu. So yes, you want to touch the verses, you have to have wudu, otherwise you can without. But recommended to have wudu for the purpose of the Quran recitation.
Of course. Thank you very much, Shaykhna. Just a quick reminder to the viewers at home, do send in your questions. Don't be shy, don't be hesitant. Of course, this show is particularly about understanding more about our faith. You send in your questions and the Shaykh answers. Simply put, you understand more about your faith, you learn more about your deen, and inshallah we all get closer to our religion, especially during this holy month and during these holy nights. Do send in your questions and inshallah the Shaykh will answer. To send in your questions, all you need to do is either call in with the number shown below over here, or send in your questions via the WhatsApp number shown below over here, or if you're watching on the YouTube, you can send in your questions in the comment section and inshallah the Shaykh will answer. Shaykhna, moving on from YouTube. Salaam alaikum. One Shaykh said that woman who talks with men who is non-mahram is haram. She shouldn't talk to anyone who is non-mahram. It is written in the Holy Quran. Is this really true?
You see, in terms of talking to the opposite gender, if it's to do with professional, in a professional manner, in other words, I mean, we deal with many women as men when we go to the market, when we go to the doctors, for example, college, university, workplace. You can't avoid it. It's almost impossible because half of the humanity or the community are women and they are part of the community. But how can we deal with them as men? So we have to have, it's to do with us initially. That the Quran states, وَقُلْ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze, their eyes, their lookings. In other words, to look with purity and not with an impure looking, for example. And when you see something that you like it, lower your gaze, in other words. So talking to the opposite gender, if it's in a professional level, because it could be a doctor, it could be a secretary in an office, for example, a colleague at work. You can't avoid it. It's almost impossible, even in the Islamic countries where you have Islamic system is somehow established, as they say and claim. So even in that Islamic state or country, you still have women in the market, in shops. So you can't avoid it. But how much taqwa you can apply, this is important.
Okay.
You can test yourself in these places. And the shaitan plays a big role in trying to deceive the men with this regard.
Okay.
So it's up to us to choose how to basically deal with such issues. And of course, try to repel and push away our devil, of course.
Of course. Thank you very much, Shaykhna. And from WhatsApp, is temporary marriage allowed?
It's part of the Sharia in the Holy Quran. فَمَا اسْتَمْتَعْتُمْ بِهِ مِنْهُنَّ فَأَتُونَ أُجُورَهُنَّ. It's in the Holy Quran. And the Prophet ﷺ practiced it in terms of his Sahaba, allowed it for them when they went out. It's in the books of Ahlul Sunnah as well. They believe in it, that the Prophet acknowledged it, applied it. And it's a type of marriage in Islam. It's not something very weird or outside the wedlock, for example, and so forth. It's part of the marriage. The difference is that this is a short and the other marriage is a long-term, a permanent marriage.
Okay.
So both sides agree upon this issue, but the thing is that Ahlul Sunnah, they have a narration that the one who forbade it was Umar ibn Khattab. That's the whole issue. He made it haram. فَنْهَى عَنْهَا عُمَرْ. So he made it forbidden, and gradually some Muslims start to avoid this kind of marriage. So this was the ijtihad of Umar and which was against the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and against the Holy Quran as well.
Okay, okay, understood. Very interesting. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, in Islam, what is the punishment for a man who divorces his wife without any valid reason?
This is something goes to Allah Azza wa Jal. He will judge to what kind of, let's say, if there's a punishment for this act, then Allah Azza wa Jal will take over the issue of either punishing or somehow lowering the reward or the elevation of this individual in the hereafter. Anyhow, we leave it to Allah Azza wa Jal, but it is something allowed in Sharia, but of course, as mentioned in some statements, أبغض الحلال.
Okay.
The most, let's say, not accepted halal, in other words. We have some halal which are accepted, which is normal, but this kind of acts, of talaq, which is also a last resort for a couple when they reach a dead end, so they have no choice except to separate.
Okay, okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And Sheikhna, I believe we have a phone call. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, brother? Oof. How are you doing there, brother? Shahr Ramadan Mubarak.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. How are you doing? Inshallah, the Sheikh as well. Shahr Ramadan Mubarak to both of you.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I believe you have a question for the Sheikh.
Yes.
Ask away.
Alhamdulillah. Sheikhna, my question is with regards to Salat al-Janazah. There are some individuals that when they, for example, read Salat al-Janazah, there is either an ishkal nahwi or sarfi. So for example, they say, I don't know, like ummahat, referring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or something like this. Or maybe they say something nahwi wrong. Does that Salat al-Janazah need to be redone on that individual?
Yes, barakallah fiqh. Basically, one of the conditions of Imam al-Jama'ah is to be able to recite accurately the verses of the Holy Quran, the dua, the dhikr. You cannot bring an Imam who cannot recite these adhkar or verses incorrectly. You have to make sure to recite it, they can recite it perfectly. And we have in the, for example, Salah Jama'ah, that if the Imam made a mistake in one of the let's say words or harakat, then you as a ma'mum need to, for example, to correct it. So let's say if the Imam said sarat rather than sirat al-ladina, sarat, then you say sirat to correct it.
To correct your own prayer.
Oh, exactly, yes. Because he made the mistake, so you have to correct it as a ma'mum with this regard.
Okay.
So with Salat al-Mayyit, I'm not sure if this needs to repeat, especially if the Mayyit is now being buried, which is too late. But I'm not sure if this needs i'ada again. We have to see.
Okay, okay, interesting. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Quite an interesting question. Thank you very much to our dear brother for calling and getting his answers straight away. As you have all just seen, our dear brother called in and got his answers straight away. So follow in his example. Call in and get your answers straight away. Got your questions answered. You can do so by calling in with the number shown below over here, 0203 515-0199, or if you're a bit shy, a bit hesitant, do send in your questions in the WhatsApp number shown below over here, or in the YouTube comment section, and inshallah they will come to my iPad and I will ask the Sheikh on your behalf. Sheikh, now moving on from YouTube. Assalamu alaikum. Can we give the third shahada during salah according to Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi?
Yes, he would, the Sayyid, allow it by saying وَأَنَّ عَلِيًّا نِعْمَ الْوَلِي. So that can be said in tashahud, of course.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Only the Sayyid allows it, so the rest would not allow it.
Would not allow it.
No.
Okay, understood. Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, if a classmate in front of me quietly makes fun of or speaks badly about another classmate, and I hear it, does this sin also count for me? Do I have to do something about it, or am I exempt from any responsibility?
If you can tell him that this is wrong and defend the one who was backbited, for example, or slandered, that would be a solution for it. So try
Okay.
to defend your friend
Yeah.
who was backbited as a result,
Mhm.
or slandered, for example.
Okay, okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, can I break my fast with intercourse?
Well, one of the muftarat is this act. So the problem is if you do it during the day while fasting, there's qada and kafara as well, intentionally.
Okay.
Yes, there's a kafara as well. So one should avoid it. Yes.
What if it's after Maghrib?
No, I've mentioned this. The Quran is very clear. أُحِلَّ لَكُمْ in Al-Rafath mentioned the ayah fully with this regard that it is halal for you after, of course, Laylat al-Siyam, night time and not daytime.
Okay, okay, after Maghrib.
Exactly.
Understood.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, Salaam alaikum, Sheikhna. May Allah accept your siyam and all your deeds. I wanted to ask, if someone woke up on janaba, then after 10 minutes the adhan came, would their siyam on that day be accepted?
No, because they did it intentionally. This 10 minutes, you had the chance to have ghusl, and I think the ghusl wouldn't take you more than, if it's a quick ghusl, 6-7 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
Just ghusl, nothing else. No shampoo, no nothing. 6-7 minutes. So you can catch up with even before the adhan is called. So, but if it's less than 5 minutes, let's say, then you have to do tayammum. Otherwise, the fast will be invalid and you have to repeat it again afterwards.
Okay, afterwards. Okay.
Because you've intentionally remained al-baqa ala al-janaba, as they say, remained with the janaba state until tulu' al-fajr. So there's a problem with, as I've said, invalidates the fast, and there could be kafara as well. I'm not sure about the kafara. There's something mentioned with it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
But mainly the fast is broken. But it doesn't mean then you can enjoy breakfast and lunch.
Okay, I was gonna ask
you have to remain fast. Fast to remain not to eat or drink anything till Maghrib, and then you have to make up later after the month of Ramadan.
Okay, understood. Read my mind. I was going to ask about that. Okay, thank you, Sheikhna. And moving on to YouTube, can I touch the Holy Quran without wudu if I'm wearing gloves?
What is important that you don't touch it with your own skin. So that's the main issue.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much. And from WhatsApp, are you allowed to sleep facing with your feet towards the Kaaba?
It's not something that's forbidden. I think the mayyit in ihtidar, they would point him towards the Kaaba through his, I think, on his feet. So the foot should be towards the Kaaba. That's how the mayyit and the ihtidar time is placed on the floor or on the bed, to be towards the Kaaba.
Okay, okay. Sheikhna, is that the same thing with مثلا when you go towards the toilet? Is the actual toilet seat allowed to be facing the
No, the ruling different when it comes to facing the Qibla while you're in the bathroom, the toilet. No, you have to position yourself to the left or to the right. Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, it's not allowed. Yeah.
Okay, okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, a question for our beloved Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My brother converted to Islam last week, but here in Belgium, when you convert, you are brought into a Sunni Islam direct, and they do not talk about Shi'ism. For me, as a converted Shi'i, how do I bring him closer to the haqq as his sister?
I think there are a couple of Shia centers in Belgium. I still can remember the center and the majlis they had. I think Imam Hussein TV, they did a documentary in Belgium for one or two of Husseiniat or Islamic centers in Belgium. I forgot the city name, but there are. So you can take them to that Shia center, contact them, arrange an appointment and take them there. So they can basically talk to them and see what can be done, inshallah.
Learn and understand
inshallah.
More. Understood, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Understood, thank you very much. And also, if anyone is a recent convert and would like to know about their religion, about their faith, and about the Shia school of thought, do send in your questions here, and inshallah, the Sheikh will answer it. To understand more, all you need to do is call in with the number shown below over here, 0203 515-0199 or send in your questions on this number over here or in the YouTube comment section, and inshallah the Sheikh will answer. Also, a quicker and faster shortcut, you can scan the QR code shown below over here, which will take you to our WhatsApp, which is where you can send in your questions as well. Moving on, from YouTube, what are the questions in the grave?
They will ask, who is your Lord? Who is your Prophet? What is your religion? Then the Wilayah, who is your Imam? Of course, these are the main questions. And then there's a quick hisab in the grave before Day of Judgment.
In the grave?
Yes, there's a quick hisab about your deeds, a'mal. And then you will get your position according to your deeds in this world. How good if it was, then you get the reward and the position in hereafter. So it's all done in that grave, in that first night. If not the first moments of burial.
Okay.
Well, those family members are still on the grave. The hisab begins so quick. So yeah, one should be ala kull hal, be ready for this day. It's a crucial day. Yeah.
Should one practice saying the shahada and answering these questions?
No, they will give him talqeen on the grave. But what is important that you have this belief. Make this belief stronger and stronger in your heart and in your mind. And the wilayat of Ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhim, the aqidah in Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. To know their teachings, follow their guidelines and guidance. كتاب الله وعترة أهل بيتي مثل أهل بيتي كسفينة نوح. The like of أهل بيتي is like the ark of Nuh alayhi salam. من ركبها نجا. The one who aboards this ship was ark would be saved. ومن تركها أو كذا غرق وهوى. The one who leaves this ark, he doesn't aboard it, then he will be a loser and he would perish. So it's important that we make a great connection with the Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad salamu alayhim. In the aqidah, in the a'mal, in the akhlaq, in all aspects of the faith, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And I believe we're now going to go on a break. To our dear viewers, we will now be going on a break. But before that, I'd just like to tell you a couple of things. You will now see a Shia genocide promo from the Imam Hussein charity. You get to see how many around the world, many of our Shia Muslim brothers and sisters are affected around the world by the ongoing genocide. So do watch, understand and learn about what's going on around the world and do support them as much as possible. And inshallah, we see you after the break.
ينعاد عليكي ينعاد عليكي الله معاك
مع السلامة.
نحن مقاومة أنت في خطر، ما لازم تضيعي.
ما تخافي يا بنتي.
كيف حالك؟
Welcome back to the show. Yes, as you have just seen, Shia genocide ongoing for many, many years around the world. They've lost everything. So please try to give them as much hope as possible by donating and supporting through the Imam Hussein charity. Let's get back to the show and to your questions as well. Sheikhna, from YouTube, do children have to obey their parents in the sense that if they order us to do chores, we must do them or else it's haram?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You see, obeying in the sense of that it's obligatory like other obligatory acts. What is mentioned in the Holy Quran is وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, to be good with the parents. Yes, to do the uquq al-walidain, to cut the ties and make them angry and annoy them, that's haram, of course. إِذَا أو تأذي, the ulama mention the difference between these two. So to cause harm, let's say to cut the ties with the parents, that's not allowed. But to obey them in everything, of course, that's even better in terms of gaining their رضا الوالدين, as they say. It's important that we try to respect them and to try to help them. Yes, if there's a pressure, you go study, revision, you can explain somehow that we can't do this or that. And the parents should appreciate their children. They shouldn't put so much pressure on them, because that could affect mentally, psychologically, la samah Allah. So both sides should work together, inshallah.
Of course, inshallah. Inshallah. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, is it allowed to shave chest hair?
What is not allowed for men specifically, is to shave their beard in clean shave. That's haram. Other than that, seems to be there's no issue.
Okay.
So the beard is the main thing.
And it's haram to clean shave?
Even you see, it's not just, it's something that needs to be known by the norm, that this individual is shaved or not shaved.
Okay.
So when they see him, they say he's shaved. Even he's got small hairlines, sometimes you shave, 0.5 with the machine.
Yeah.
That's the shave.
Okay.
That's a problem.
Okay.
For example.
Okay.
I think Ayatollah Sistani mentions 3 and above with the hair machine. Yeah, exactly. So that's the minimum. Yeah.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, is relaxing music haram?
If you follow the like of Ayatollah Sistani and others who would allow for classical music, they would divide, as I've said before, between the entertaining, like DJ, jazz, rock, and so forth, and between the classical ones. So they would allow the classical ones, but they wouldn't allow for the songs and the music, which are forbidden, of course, and entertaining, as they say. So that kind of music would not be allowed.
Okay, understood.
But others, like Atar Shirazi, would say all of these music are haram. It's coming out from musical instruments. So that's not allowed, even the classical ones.
Okay. This person actually had a follow-up question, but I know you already answered this already, Sheikhna. Just to clarify, does any marājiʿ accept music by any chance?
As I've said, Ayatollah Shirazi would not accept all types of musics. So all types of classical ones, piano, I don't know.
But which marājiʿ do accept it?
I said I think Ayatollah Sistani would allow
Sistani would allow, okay.
Some others maybe, but I think there are others with Ayatollah Shirazi would not accept it.
Okay.
So 1 or 2 more, I think. I can't remember exactly who.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, if a woman is in istihza', is she supposed to keep fasting?
It's not clear.
The question is not clear?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, do clarify it for us, and inshallah the Sheikh will answer. And also to any and all of you as well, if you do have any questions, send them in or call with the number shown below over here, 0203 515 0199, or send in your questions in the WhatsApp number, either using this or the QR code which you can scan, which will take you to our WhatsApp, or you can send in your questions in the YouTube comment section, and inshallah the Sheikh will answer. Sheikhna from YouTube, Assalamu alaikum. Is the hadith in Al-Kafi that says you can only swear by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala authentic?
I'm not sure about the hadith. I need to see the Arabic version of the hadith, but in anyhow, as I've mentioned before, the shar'i qasam or swear or half, yameen, would be by saying wallahi billahi tallahi. Where if you go against this qasam or swear, then you have to pay kafara. for 10 poor individuals, you feed them or you clothe them. So that's the Shari'i Qasam. Other than that, it's not a Shari'i Qasam, which means there's no obligation upon you if you go against it, for example.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, this is a slightly different kind of question. And a quite interesting question, actually, Sheikhna. It asks, when was the very first question asked to our Sheikh after he officially became a Sheikh?
So what kind of questions?
So any kind of question. What was the very first question that you were asked when you first became a Sheikh?
Oh, this is very difficult.
You don't remember?
I need a memory for that, intelligent memory. That's back at least 15 years ago, تقريبا.
Okay, mashallah.
2009.
Mashallah.
I can remember exactly 2009, so it's a long years.
A long time ago, mashallah.
I'm not sure what the questions.
خب Sheikhna, at least tell us يعني مثلا what was your favorite question that you've been asked?
I can't remember, sorry. It's difficult.
Okay, understood.
Too many questions.
Understood. Of course, with a man of your knowledge. Thank you very much as well for answering all the questions in the past 15 years with us. Thank you very much. To all the viewers at home, as he has just said, the Sheikh has been answering questions for 15 years. So he's going to be answering questions as well for the rest of his life and for the next 20 minutes of this episode. So do send in your questions and inshallah the Sheikh will answer. Sheikhna, moving on from YouTube. Sheikhna, is it permissible to shave your beard even if you are someone who still genetically cannot grow a full beard? For example, a patchy beard.
If there is no beard, then you don't have a beard or hair. But anyhow, don't use the sharp blade, razor or razor, whatever it's called.
Okay.
Don't use it on your chin or face. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't use it.
Okay.
Don't apply it. In other words.
Don't apply it.
Yeah. Even if there's no hair.
Even if there's no hair.
Yeah,
okay.
Just avoid it. Yeah. Just avoid it. Yeah.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, how can I make my relationship with Imam Mahdi Ajalallahu Farjahu al-Sharif stronger and have true belief that he can hear me?
I think in one of his messages, the Imam wrote that do something that brings you close to us with amal salih, with taqwa, with God conscious and God fearing. We can get closer to Allah Azza wa Jal, first of all, and to His Messenger Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and His Ahlul Bayt, and of course the Imam of our time, Salamullah alayhi, with our deeds. When you commit a sin, you're miles away from the Imam alayhi salam, and miles away from Ahlul Bayt and the Book of Allah and Rasulullah and Allah Azza wa Jal. So avoid committing the sins and apply all the obligatory acts. Then you get closer and closer to the Imam alayhi salam and to the Holy Quran and to the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and to Allah Azza wa Jal at the end of the day. So the amal is the one brings you close or takes you away from the Imam.
Yeah.
Salamullah alayhi. The amal is very important. Your bad akhlaq or good akhlaq. Again, in one of the stories about one of the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he died, the Prophet himself joined the tashir' and janazah, and he prepared the grave himself. The mother of that companion, she said, when the burial ended, she said to him, "Hani'an lak, you're going to go to paradise, khalas, first class. If the Prophet is the one who prepared the grave for you." The Prophet said, "Wait. The grave crushed this man just now because he had a bad akhlaq with his family." Sometimes small amal, let's say, you think it's not a sin, but it actually grows as a sin, could cause a difficulty in the grave, in the hereafter. A word you say to, a bad word to your father, to your, let's say, brother, to your wife, would have an effect in the grave. So we have to be careful with our words, with our actions, with our deeds, with our looks, with our intentions. Very important.
Okay. Very interesting. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. May we all, of course, get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Imam Mahdi Ajalallahu Farjahu al-Sharif. Sheikhna, we've only got time left for 2 questions. We do apologize to all the viewers for not being able to answer your questions tonight. Do send in your questions tomorrow at the beginning of the episode, 8:30 p.m, as the Sheikh will be answering your questions live tomorrow as well. Sheikhna, for our final two questions, the first one being from YouTube: can I keep a goatee according to Ayatollah Sayyid Sistani?
I think the only one who allowed it was Ayatollah Khoi.
Okay,
I think.
Goatee.
But now, no, you can't. You have to keep it. As far as I know, no, you can't.
Okay.
Unless they say it changes his fatwa, I'm not sure. But I think, from what I've read and seen, that it was only Ayatollah Khoi, I think, in his time, for his muqallideen. But now, I don't think he would allow it,
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, for our final question: if I love a girl and have the intention of marrying her and talk once a week and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to get each other, is it allowed? We discuss Islam and study stuff.
The best way is to have a nikah contract, even if it's for the short term, to allow for more comfort, let's say, be more comfortable with each other. Do it in this way, that would be a lot better. And of course, through, for example, the parents' consent, the father consent would make life easier, rather than playing with the fire.
Of course. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And thank you very much for answering all the questions today with us. And we thank all the viewers that did send in their questions and for tuning in live with us. And we thank and we do apologize to all the other viewers that we did not manage to answer your questions. We do sincerely apologize. Inshallah, do send in your questions in tomorrow night's episode at 8:30 p.m. and inshallah the Sheikh will answer your questions live. Just a couple of things that I would like to go through with you. Please donate to our website, www.imamhussein3.tv/donate. Your support will go towards the channel, the many different programs, and inshallah it will help keep it going and keep it running. As well, please do donate to our another website, www.ihtv.co/HQ. This is your support will go towards the Zainabiyya complex, which is a brand new building that we are in the process of acquiring. With your help, of course, we can build brick by brick, and you can be a part of the mission that is Imam Hussein TV 3 as well. Finally, but most importantly, at Imam Hussein TV 3, support us and subscribe to us on our YouTube account as well as our Instagram account at Ahkam SOS for all exclusive content. And inshallah, we see you soon in tomorrow night's episode at 8:30 p.m. Fi amanillah. From hard-hitting, insightful discussions,
because when I come to the hadith, I look
to shows for the whole family,
welcome to 7 Steps to Heaven. Yes.
to shows that keep you on the edge of your seat,
The winner is Mullah Ali Zuhairi.
to live streams from the holy city of Karbala, there is something for everyone on Imam Hussein TV, your gateway to Karbala. Sayyid, you ate before the adhan? Do you know if your fast was valid? Brother, you love tattoos, don't you? Is tattoos haram or halal? Uncle, you don't know if it's the third or the last rak'ah? Not sure if you need to repeat it? Abu Talib, it's pork flavor but vegetarian? Is it halal? Sayyid Muhsin, your yearly khums is here again? You don't know how to calculate it, do you? Don't worry, you're not alone. And I'm sure you guys... Can you just turn off the echo, please? Thank you very much. And I'm sure you guys have questions as well. Get the answers you need here on Ahkam SOS. We will be going live every night throughout the holy month of Ramadan, exclusively on Imam Hussein TV 3.
Goes with you, it doesn't stay there, it comes with you, and you're part of a trickle of people just for Imam Hussein. That makes me so humble that I could walk with them.
I am from Iran, best country in the world.